Have you tried installing Linux on external SSD? This is the best way to run Linux on any PC or laptop before installing it on the main system. You don't have to disrupt the Windows computer or its partitions. You can install Linux on external SSD connected via USB 3 or higher interface. In this video, I will show you how to install Manjaro Linux on external SSD. This method allows you to create a portable Linux environment with different distributions of your choice without affecting the main system. Now for this project, you will need 8 gigs or larger pen drive to create a bootable USB with your desired Linux distribution. You will also need an external SSD of 120 GB or higher. I will use my HP Pavilion gaming laptop running Windows 11. Now this is the Windows drive. I'm going to go ahead and connect my 1 TB external SSD and install Manjaro on it. Before installing Linux on external SSD, you need to format it. This means deleting all the partitions and making it unallocated. To do this, open command prompt as administrator and type diskpart to list all the drives connected to your computer. Drive 0 is the main Windows drive and drive 1 is my external SSD. Now select your drive by typing this command and replacing drive 1 with your drive number. Now make sure you have backed up your drive before proceeding. Next, type this command to clean the drive and remove all partitions. Finally, type this command to use the GPT partition scheme. Now on your Windows computer, open your favorite web browser and download the Linux distribution of your choice. Based on my testing, Fedora, Manjaro, Pop OS, Arch Linux, and Endeavour OS performed very well on my system. Now I'm gonna download Manjaro KDE Plasma Edition. Once it's downloaded, go ahead and download Balena Etcher. Next, connect your pen drive to the computer and open Etcher. Now click on Flash from a file and import the ISO file. Then select a target and choose your USB pen drive. Now once it's done, click on Flash and wait for a bit. Now this will take some time, so please be patient. Now once it's done, turn off the PC and boot into BIOS settings using the keyboard shortcut based on your motherboard. Now mostly it could be F2, F9 or the escape key. If you don't know how to boot into BIOS, I'm going to show you how to do it from Windows. Just go ahead and click on the Windows Start menu, hold the Shift key and click on Restart. Then your computer will enter into Windows Options menu. Click on Troubleshooting and Advanced Options and select UEFI Firmware Settings. Then click on Restart to boot into BIOS. In my case, my computer has booted into the startup menu and I'm going to press F10 to access the BIOS setup. In the UEFI BIOS, enable USB boot and change the boot order by setting the USB device as primary device. Then disable Secure Boot. Once it's done, save the changes. Now your system will boot into Manjaro from the USB drive. If it fails to boot, use the boot menu to load Manjaro install media. Now upon encountering this screen, you have the option to boot Manjaro with open source drivers. However, if you have a dedicated latest NVIDIA graphic card, you can use proprietary drivers instead. The first step after booting into the live session is to connect to the internet using either Wi-Fi or Ethernet. Next, proceed to click on the Launch Installer button. Now select your system language, region, and time zone. Then choose your keyboard language model. In the partition section, click on the storage device drop-down menu and select your external SSD. Next, click on Erase Disk and choose to use Swap File, and for the file system, use BTRFS. Then click on Next. Now let's create a user account. Click Next and proceed to install Office Suite. Now I will choose LibreOffice and click Next. Now here's a summary of the installation process. You will see all the partitions that will be created on the external SSD. You go ahead and click Install. This process may take some time, so please be patient. Once the installation is complete, close the installer window and shut down your system. After it's turned off, remove the bootable USB media. Next, turn on your system, and voila, the computer should automatically boot into Manjaro Linux from the external SSD. When you turn on your system with the external SSD connected via USB 3 port, it will boot directly into Linux operating system. Once you are done working with Linux, shut down the PC. Eject the external SSD and turn back on to boot into Windows automatically. And that's pretty much it. This is how you can install Linux on external SSD in 2025. Now give it a try and let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching. This has been KSKRL. I will see you in the next one.